Hey guys, we are going to go over really quickly how to build yourself a Quizlet study set and then the things that you can do with that Quizlet study set. So in front of me, I have a list of nonfiction text features, vocabulary words that I want my students to know. So I gave myself a title. I'm going to go ahead and type in the term, and my first term is going to be captions and labels. It's already there, and so it will prompt and give you definition choices to choose from. And I'm going to go ahead and choose this one. I'm going to add in my next one, which is a timeline. And again, it's going to prompt me. So I'm going to choose this one. Headings is down here. Titles that are often bold and in a larger, different font. Yep, I like that definition. I'm going to use bold keywords. And this one is going to identify important vocabulary. I like that definition. A title. And you can add however many you want to. I'm going to keep mine to 10 terms for this. And keep adding. And then my last term I'm going to choose is graphs. I don't really love this one. I will use the simpler one. So then I'm done with that, with adding cards, and now I'm going to create. So from here, it gives me an option to send my list to a friend. So if you have a coworker or a teammate, or you're a team lead and you have created the set and you want to share that, here's where you would be able to do that. You just want to share the direct link to your set. You can share that through here. You can share this to your Google Classroom so that your students can have access to it and be able to study. Or you can share it on Remind, whatever you want to do. I want to close that out so we can kind of look at it. So from a student view, they're going to have all of these options. They're going to be able to study the flashcards, which will show them the term, and they'll be able to click and flip and see what the definition is. So very much like a traditional flashcard or index card kind of definition on one side, term on the other. And they'll be able to go through those as they want. They can click on the Learn option where it provides them with a definition, and they would select which one is the appropriate term. And so that tells them how they're doing. We'll just click one real quick. So I didn't get this correct, so I can press any key to continue. So I will determine which ones I am familiar with, which ones I've mastered, which ones I need to continue to work on. So I can choose to use the write function where I would need to type in the correct answer. So it gives me the definition. I would need to type in the term name, and it still gives me that feedback on the left-hand side here. It will give me a test where, again, I type in right here. These first three are type in the terms. Down here, I have some matching with the terms, and then some multiple choice and true false down here. And then I would be able to check my answers once I'm done with this, or I can even have an option to print this. if I would like. They can play the gravity game, which will allow them to start with definitions, or they can start with the term, whichever one they want to answer with, or if it wants to be random, and then they can play the different games. And so the asteroids are going to fall down. It gives me a definition this time, so I would need to type in what I felt the answer was before it passes the bottom. So that is that game that they can play. They can play the matching game, which just allows students to drag and drop with the words that they feel like are correct or incorrect, and it times them. They can continuously play that to see how quickly they can match the terms correctly. Or you can play a live game, a Quizlet live game. So you can play individually, or you can play as teams. Individual or as teams. You could start out as individuals if all of your students have enough devices, or if you are limited on your devices, you can use the team function, and you can have them, you choose how you want it to look. So this would give me my my term up here, and then my definitions below, or definitions, and then the students would have to select the correct term. So I like this one a little bit better. And then you would be able to play live. So you would cast this either on your projector in your classroom, or if you wanted to host this in a Google Hangout or Zoom, you'd be able to do that, display how they get to the site, and then you can give them the code, or they can scan the QR code, and then they would be able to play that way.